Good evening, kindergarten families. We will get started at 6:30. I just wanted to hop on a minute early just to get everyone in and viewing. So we will get started in about another minute. Wanted to introduce myself. My name is Connie Eastman. I am the K2 Dean, and I will be walking you through the information this evening. Hi, everyone, and welcome. It is 6:30, so we are going to go ahead and get started with our kindergarten information night this evening. I do have Miss Jen Hankins on the chat with me this evening so that she can answer any questions as we go through the presentation. Please also, you can feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions afterwards. I will be sure to get back and answer them for you. Again, welcome for spending your evening with us with the kindergarten information night here at Peak Charter Academy. So to get started, I wanted to introduce myself. I am Connie Eastman. I am the K2 Dean. I have added my email here in case you need to get a hold of me. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns that you have. And I wanted to get started as, did you know that children who are not reading proficiency at the end of third grade are 4 times more likely not to graduate? That math skills at entry to kindergarten predict math and reading skills in second and third grade. Reading problems among third to fifth grade students correlate with later learning, life, and economic challenges, including lower adult literacy, youth delinquency, and later incarceration, as well as lifelong economic challenges. Reading challenges in the early elementary years also impact students' ability to acquire middle and high school mathematical skills and competencies. So, what are some higher level indicators that we are looking for in kindergartners? Letter knowledge, phonemic awareness, phonics. Letter knowledge and phonemic awareness are two of the greatest cognitive predictors at school entry. Kids who are behind at the end of kindergarten are likely to be behind at the end of first grade. Only about 12% of first graders who are behind ever catch up by the end of third grade. So, ways that you can help prepare your child for kindergarten is you can help them by learning and identifying all 26 letters in the alphabet, help them to learn to count and identify at least numbers 1 through 10, help them to learn to write their first name and then at least know the first letter of their last name, help them to learn to hold scissors and cut a straight line, and also help them to identify just basic geometrical shapes. Ways in which at Peak Charter we communicate with families, whoops, sorry about that, is every week you will receive a weekly newsletter from your child's teacher. We also, each teacher has a grade level website, which you can find exactly what they're doing throughout the week, the standards they're covering, if there's any homework, any tests, or anything that they will be learning throughout the week. We do conferences twice a year that we encourage all families to attend so that way you can follow along with your child's academic progress. And email is normally the best way to reach your teachers, but we do ask that you give them at least 48 business hours to respond to you, although most teachers will get back to you much sooner than that. And then if you have any concerns, if there are things that you're just, that you need to reach out regarding your scholar, Please reach out to the teacher first. Then always you can reach out to me as the dean. And then of course you can always reach out to Principal Pond if needed. So we focus on moral focus values every single month at Peak Charter. Your child will participate in a 15-minute moral focus lesson each day. This is one of the pillars here at Peak. The lessons are secular. So here are some of the virtues that we do. We talk about wisdom, respect, gratitude, self-control, perseverance, courage, encouragement, compassion, and integrity. And we, of course, then break those down to age appropriate terms so that your kindergartners will focus on them and do lessons. And we also love to hear these language used throughout the school building. You will notice that your scholars will begin to use this language at home as well. Grading at Peak. This is normally a big one for most families. Kindergarten students do receive letter grades. We also use a 10-point grading scale here at Peak. Please know that if your child receives a C, that this does demonstrate proficiency in the subject. I know that a lot of families want to see A's and B's, but C's are okay. It shows that they are proficient. Homework is also given in kindergarten and is graded for participation. So it is only 10% of their grade, but we do encourage kindergartners to complete that homework every night. It helps them create a schedule and helps them create a routine. Kindergarten homework is never any longer than 15 to 30 minutes. And then we also do moral focus assemblies each quarter during our normal wing assemblies. So this year, due to COVID, we had not been doing them in the gym. Hopefully next year we will get back to that. But within the classroom, the teachers are talking about these moral focus virtues every day. And we are celebrating those each month as well. So testing. Peak kindergartners do participate in standardized tests. Tests are given for M-CLASS, which is a reading test that is done by the state of North Carolina. This focuses on that phonics, phonemic awareness, decoding, and basic reading comprehension. This is done 3 times. It is done in the fall, the winter, and the spring. We also have a numeracy assessment, which assesses the math skills of how the students are becoming proficient in those. And again, we do those in the fall, the winter, and the spring. We also do spelling, sight word quizzes, and teachers will give tests based on which unit of learning that they're working on, in ELA, math, social studies, and science. We also have a PBIS system, which is a behave with care positive reward system here at Peak. We use something called Class Dojo, and it is a way to track positive behavior through points. And we do different wing-wide assembly rewards for these students. So you earn a certain amount of points, and then you get to do a certain amount of some fun activities. It's usually on the half days at the end of every quarter. Peak also has a behavior system. And as you can see here, blue, which is a level 2. This is kind of after 2 warnings. Maybe there's just keep having behaviors that are not correcting themselves. The teacher will notify the parent by phone or by email and ask for that partnership. At Peak, we really do value parents and student and teacher partnership. If it becomes a situation where the warnings are not helping and we have notified the parents and it becomes a level 3, that is when it becomes like a loss of privilege, or there just needs to kind of be a reset within the classroom. And then a level 4 or 5 within the system becomes a dean referral. And that is at a time which I would then contact the parents. Arrival and dismissal. Arrival is a really big one. Here at Peak, we do not have a bus system. So as parents, you are driving your students to school. So carpool begins at 7:25 and goes until 7:45. If you miss carpool, you must park out in front of the school, wait in your car till 8 a.m., and then walk your scholar to the building to sign them in. If you have to park out front and walk them in at 8, your scholar will be marked tardy because they missed the carpool line. So please ensure that you have enough time. Cars do get backed up on Orchard Village Drive, so please allow for that in the mornings. But please be aware they will be marked tardy if they come in at 8 o'clock. Only if you have to walk them in. Dismissal for all K-5 students are dismissed at 3:15 through the carpool. So kindergarten meetings. This is a time where your scholar will come in, they will meet with a kindergarten teacher, and they will show the teacher what they know, the letters and the numbers and the shapes. And they kind of do these really fun activities with your scholar just to see where they're at. Please know that some students come in knowing a whole lot, some don't come in knowing as much, and that is okay. This just allows us to meet your scholar where they are when they come into school the first day of school. So please be on the lookout for signups for that. These will go out at the beginning of May, as these meetings need to happen in early June. All K students enrolled by May 1st need to attend one 30-minute session. Again, make sure you're on the lookout for that sign up that we'll send out shortly. Kinder Camp. This is another fun, exciting time for kindergartners to come into the school to see what a normal day looks like. It is a half day, but they'll get to go through stations, and they'll get to walk around and go to the playground and see where they're going to have lunch. So all K students need to attend one of the days, not both. And you will receive information about that over the summer of when to sign up. But please make sure you save the date, either Monday, August 1st or Friday, August 5th. And then last but not least, please make sure you secure your seat here at Peak. You do have until March 30th, which is next Wednesday, to make sure you get all those necessary forms in that Ms. Myers has been contacting you about, your admissions form, your official release of records, your proof of residency. But please make sure that you get those in as soon as possible so that you can make sure your seat is secure at Peak, and we look forward to having you here. If you have any additional questions, please make sure you reach out. Miss Jen Hankins also does tours for all accepted families. Please make sure that you also sign up for tours. Miss Hankins will do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays during school hours. If you have not signed up for them, she will also put a link in the chat for you to be able to do that. I know that we had a question that comes in: do students in kindergarten expected to read and write before they start? No. Some students will come in knowing that, and some will not, and that is okay. Some scholars will not even be reading until the middle of the year next year. And again, that is okay to do that. That's the reason why we do the kindergarten meetings, so that we can differentiate and tier that learning for them when they walk in the door in the fall, so that we know where they are to meet them where they're at. So if they can, it's helpful. We do encourage you to work with your scholar in writing letters and writing numbers, but we will also get them there if they're not, which is okay. Was there any other questions that I can answer for you this evening before we go? And if not, I want to say again, thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am always happy to answer any questions that you may have. You can also reach out to Ms. Hankins. She will reach out to you as well. But thank you again for joining us this evening, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Take care.